A decent mentor is someone who will expand your horizons on what's possible for you by helping you to see the bigger picture, rather than someone who gives you a strict strategy or set of rules within which to operate. Let me say that again. A decent mentor is someone that will help you to expand your horizons on what's possible for you, rather than giving you a strict set of rules from within which to operate. And this is the issue. I'm speaking from the experience of actually having worked with mentors who and coaches. I'm going to say effectively people who call themselves coaches rather than mentors, who were more concerned with trying to make me fit their blueprint than with actually helping me to tap into my magic. And this is why I work in the way that I do when I work with people, whether it's in a group setting, an individual setting, doesn't fucking matter. I'm not interested in putting you in a box. I'm not interested in getting you to copy everyone else's stuff. I'm interested in getting you to actually connect with and start to really express your soul truth, your purpose, your actual blueprints, and the tools that I've created over the years assist with that, and have all been aimed at that. And I'm here making this video now because I just feel like it needs to be stated, because I see so many people who seem to think that coaching, mentorship, anything like that is about selling a system to people and getting them to try and fit into it, which can work for some people and it doesn't work for others. Regardless of that, it doesn't matter. Effectively, if you're trying to fit yourself into someone else's strategy, into someone else's blueprints, you're not going to end up feeling fulfilled. You're not going to end up feeling happy. You're not going to end up feeling excited about what you're doing either. This is the other thing with this. If you're ticking boxes that have been given to you by someone else, rather than really connecting with your own energy and being able to actually draw from that without all the shit in the way, because this is the thing. The reason why I do the work I do is because the majority of people on this planet are carrying so much conditioning. I know I was. And most of the people I see out there are. And the simple truth of the matter is that you are here to do something that's unique to you. You're here to do it with your unique voice. And most of the time, people need some help connecting with that stuff. And what they don't need, and I will tell you right now, what you don't need is someone telling you, here's a framework, you just need to work within it. You need a process. I was talking about this in my last video. You need a process that helps you to connect with yourself, which I have created in the reset. You need tools to help you strip out everything that's not actually in alignment with that. You need to understand how to use this process, again, something that's very easy to understand if you work with a reset, in order to aim at anything that your heart so desires. Basically, having worked out what your heart so desires, there's stuff in the reset for that, and then you need to chuck yourself into that process, clear out all the shit that's in the way, get very, very clear on what it is that you actually want, chuck out all the stuff that's misaligning you with it, which on an energetic level is quite often massive, okay? Depending on the sheer amount of conditioning you've had from childhood, which most people have had heavy conditioning from childhood because of the education system, because of societal conditioning, because of their parents' stuff, all of that stuff, okay? And then, as I always say, clarity precedes success, okay? So when you have that clarity and you have that alignment and you know what the fuck is what, you can step forwards in full confidence and know that you're taking actions that you can persevere with. If it takes a little bit of time for you to see results, basically, that's part of the journey too. Your soul may want that. Something I've had to find out for myself. Sometimes things happen very fast for me. Sometimes they take a bit of time because my soul wants that journey and wants the experience of perseverance and wants the experience of consistency with certain things. You know, it's that, again, that's individual to you. You can have things like, things can happen straight away, as it were, provided your soul isn't in that space of going, you know what, like, part of the fun of this is the journey. Okay, so things can vary in terms of the timing and stuff. People talk about divine timing. Things can happen in an instant. Sometimes they take time. Some things take time to build. Like, it's all valid. You know, there's nothing wrong with you if things are taking a bit more time. Sometimes there's a bigger reason for that, and you see it with hindsight as to why it's taking more time. Sometimes you've taken a few wrong turns along the way, but you always end up back on the right path again. The point of all of this is that when you have that clarity, when you have that inner connection, when you have tools that help you to push out everything that's not that, you can stay on track with yourself. And that, my friends, is absolutely fucking invaluable. So I would suggest to you that if you are at that stage in your life where you want the clarity, etc., but you find there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of confusion, you absorb other people's energy, that you're one of these people that has taken on stuff from other people. And as someone who has a stellium in the 12th house, I know all about this shit. Okay, if you've got a 12th house stellium, then absolutely, my stuff is got your name all over it. Let's put it that way. But if you're a 12th houser, then it's important for you to have ways to really connect with your clarity properly. And the tools that I've created, which I've created for me as much as for anybody else, will help you to do that. They're not here to teach you how to be or how to do. They're here to connect you with the truth of who you are and the truth of the way that your soul wants to express itself through you, which may have been absolutely snowed under with God only knows what bullshit from people along the way, including your parents, etc., etc. And I will add in the caveat here that, you know, you may have received loads of conditioning along the way. I will say right now, resenting people for the conditioning they've given you is fucking pointless. Don't bother with it. You know, everyone is coming, most of the time, most people have good hearts, and they are coming from an angle of they're trying to do their best, and they're utilizing the level of understanding they currently have. When you spend your time resenting people for the fact that they were doing their best, then, you know, essentially you're just creating bullshit for yourself. Resentment's quite heavy energy. It blocks stuff up. At the same time, you don't need, I will also add in, you do not need to run in circles trying to build bridges with people who are not prepared to see you for who you are and honor you where you are. That's the other thing, okay? And as someone who has also experienced this, you know, when people have that thing where they have a very conditional relationship with you, where they want you to be a certain way and they're not prepared to interact with you and engage with you where you are, then, you know, you do not owe them putting up with that shit. So there's another little thing in there. Ultimately, you are here with your own unique message, purpose, all of it. And that's not for your parents to decide. That's not for society to decide. That's not for anyone to decide. It is yours to connect with, clarify on, express, bring into the world. And, you know, when you do that, that's when you get on track with what you're actually passionate about, what actually drives you, what actually feels good, what actually feels fulfilling. And of course, money comes from that. How can it not? Essentially, provided the money blocks are cleared. And this, you know, this is why there's money block stuff all over this YouTube channel. That is also why, you know, I've got deeper stuff that I sell also in my shop on Podia. All of the links are below this video, but you know, if what I'm saying here is speaking to you, then check out the links below, okay? Particularly the reset, because you deserve to have clarity. You deserve to feel completely kind of like on purpose with what you're doing without that being clouded by other people's opinions. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah.